Hello everybody and welcome back to the Valley of the Old Farm. So first of all, today we've got some equipment to sell. The Combine Harvester, which was actually voted for to sell straight away, and it was overwhelming the response it got to selling it. So we're definitely going to be replacing the case with a different Combine, not necessarily a different brand, but most likely it will be. We're also going to sell the cultivator which we started off with, because obviously we don't need it anymore. We have the much larger Amazon cultivator, which also doubles up as a slurry injector, which is obviously fantastic. I'm just wondering where to put this. I think we'll put it around the corner, because that is where the slurry tank actually is. The slurry pump is just over here, so we'll keep it with it just here. And we're going to have to actually sell the cultivator with the Unimog, since the other tractors are working over in one of the fields. So if I just jump out of here, we'll take the PTO off first. It does help. And yeah, the cultivator is just down here, so if I just turn around very quickly, we will whiz down to this yard, get it on the back, and then we'll take it over to the sell point. And we're going to have to get a worker to help us with the combine. Now only one tractor is actually on a worker at the moment, that is the plough, but the other tractor, the New Holland TM 190, is also down there too. That's a trailer. Well done, Daggerwin. So yeah, we can actually still have another worker to do the combine. As I said before, we are going to restrict it to probably 2 workers, but there might be the odd occasion where we have 3. So let's just say we've got 2 full-time workers and 1 part-time. Okay, so off we go. Let's go and get some money for the cultivator. It does look a little bit weird on the Unimog, but it's only really transporting it. We're definitely not going to be cultivating with it. Although, yeah, in the previous episode, we did cultivate with the Unimog, which kind of looked weird. I don't know if it was the right thing to do. I suppose it's fine as long as it works, and it does work. So despite it looking a little bit bizarre, it was still a fairly practical thing to do. It wasn't causing many issues. We were lacking a bit of horsepower here and there, but overall, wasn't too bad. I would like to actually complete all of the fields at this stage, so by that I mean fertilise them and make sure all of the crops are actually in, but we do still have many more to do, and I think we're going to take a bit of a break. We do still have many days left of the spring, so there is no rush to actually do it. Therefore, one of the jobs which is very important for this stage is actually spreading artificial fertiliser on the grass. I think we can also spread slurry or inject slurry and also spread solid manure. It's just, I think probably for the grass the artificial fertiliser will work a bit better. It should be much easier for us to do. So we can indeed get a bigger fertiliser spreader, and certainly with the money made from both of these machines, we should have quite a bit. We already have 906,000. Actually, the other thing we need to do as well is just check up on the animals. I think they're going to be alright. Let's just see. Yeah, so the sheep are absolutely perfect. The cows, on the other hand, probably should have a top-up of water and another hay bale. But that's dead easy. I can see why so many people recommend doing the sheep, because it is just literally give them some water and give them some hay or grass, and that is them done. They are so simple. I'm getting a bit slow, because obviously the combine is going to stop if we go too far away. Please do feel free to post down any links of a combine which you think would be suitable for this map. As I've said before, any links that you do post will probably not be shown publicly. They get flicked into spam, but I can always see the spam folder. I can see everything in there, so I'll definitely still be able to see the link that you post. So yeah, don't worry if it doesn't show up publicly. You might even press post and you might think that it didn't even post because there'll be nothing there, but it will have done. It will be there. So yeah, please do post your suggestions, and what I might do is actually do a vote as well, so that we can actually vote for the next combine to buy. So the most requested ones can go into a vote of probably 3 or 4. Anyway, I think I've gone a long way around here. We should go all the way around, because the sell point is, yeah, it's definitely here. There it is. Yeah, that was just such a slow way of doing it. In fact, we'll stop the combine there. We don't want to be taking it on a wild goose chase. That would be kind of pointless. So there's the cultivator, all detached. Should be a fairly decent figure. Yeah, just over £7,000. Not bad at all. I would guess that the new Combine Harvester is going to cost more than what we get for this one over here. But overall, I don't think it's going to cost us a great deal. It's almost swapping it. It might cost us a few thousand more, but it's going to be worth it if it's a bigger combine or if it's a newer one. Although there is still a lot to be said for older machines, because they can still be very good and in some ways better. Maybe not for combines, but certainly for some machines. So look at that, £140,000. No, not customise. I want to sell you. I want to sell it. That's weird. It's not letting me sell it. What? I want to sell it. I want to sell the combine. Why is it not selling? It says the price. Do we have to repair it first? Okay. We do. It cost us £34. Oh well, it was worth it. Plus the header's price. That is, look, we're back over £1 million again. Perfect. So while we're here, we probably should pick up the fertilizer spreader which we're going to use. Tempting, very tempting, because although this map is big, the fields are small, so maybe a spreader that big won't be required. But then again, how big are the grass fields? I'm not just going to buy it for the sake of buying it, but hang on, wait, which 26 is a grass field, so that's pretty big. That is not a small field. In fact, do we only have? Oh no, we've got 91 and 92 as well. They're huge. So actually, maybe there is some sense in that. We'll see, because if I buy it, we'll see how long it actually takes us to do this, and you never know, it might work out to be the right machine to get. And after all, I never actually did strictly say that we should stick to smaller stuff. We are going to stick to anything under a 300 horsepower limit, but this only requires what? It doesn't actually say, but I don't know. What's the working width of that? 24, 36, 24. That is a massive one then. I don't know, I just worry that if I've gone for it now, my finger couldn't control itself, but yeah, if, sorry, I'm clicking my fingers now. If, this is embarrassing, if we do go for a bigger one, which I have done obviously, I just worry that a few people will moan, because it's not unusual, let's say, for me to make the wrong decision in some people's eyes, but the right decision in my eyes. Looking at it, I can't bring myself to use it. It's just too big. It's too big for the map. We should get the exact same amount of money back for it. Sorry to mess you around, but yeah, it's very big. That we got the same money back, so that's fine. In that case, we will go for probably this one, because we do needs to have a fairly big capacity, but it doesn't want to be like ridiculous. Cracky, it's just as big. I'm killing myself here. What can I do? I can't do anything right anymore. Yes, well, I sell it again. Goodbye. We're getting through our fertilizer spreaders, which means we're probably going to be stuck with this one or this one. It all comes down to capacity, and actually the Breedle one is actually a higher capacity, so we will go for this one here. There we go. I have made my mind up. Hopefully, I have made the right choice. You can't really win. I can't really win, but I can certainly win more with a certain fertilizer spreader than I can with another one. I think that if I'd gone with either of those two trailed ones, I would have had a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is ridiculous. This is supposed to be a semi-realistic series, and you're just buying the biggest stuff possible." So yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I've gone for the right decision. It would have been fun, and I think we probably will use the horse one again on a different map. But for this map, I do believe it would have been just a bit too big. And here we are back at the farm. So we're not going to use the Unimog, I wouldn't have thought, for the fertilizer spreading. I would prefer to put it on a tractor. Both of the tractors at this stage are actually in use. Well, one of them is parked up, but it's about to be used, and that is the TM 190. It's the one with the power harrow and seed drill combination. As soon as the plough has finished, or actually it's probably going to start straight away because the plough will have progressed quite a bit. So yeah, that's going to start, and then as soon as the plough's finished, we can use that tractor, the 8340, for doing the fertilizer spreading. We might need a rear weight or front weight, but I'm not too sure. I think we'll just have to just give it a go and see how it actually performs. My guess is we will require a weight. There could even be one here already, so we may not have to go back to the shop. Okay, so let me just check up on a few things. We're probably going to have to drive the Unimog to the fields. As you can see, it's about halfway. The tractor is parked up just there, and yeah, things are going pretty well. Slow, but it is working. I suppose we could use the 240. Yeah, I don't think so. Although it would have worked with the other one we have. We do have another fertilizer spreader. We have the Caverna one just over here. So yeah, the 240 would definitely be alright with that. No problem at all. In fact, if there is a smaller field we can start off with, 93 for example, then we could use the 240 and then move on to the bigger stuff for the two bigger fields, 91, 92 and potentially 26 as well. Okay, so yeah, that's decided. I'm going to have to just very quickly whiz over to the field and get the worker going with the drill. But after that, we'll come back here and use the Massey Ferguson 240 for a bit of fertilizer spreading. Sounds like good stuff to me. And here we are. As you can see, it's actually doing a very good job. Now the way we're going to work this is by basically saying the land is very light and it doesn't need to be cultivated prior to putting the power harrow into it. So we're just going to get cracking straight away with this. I need to confirm that the worker is not going to charge us again for seed, as that would turn out to be very expensive. Good job I checked. It is indeed charging us for everything here. Doesn't really matter about these ones, but yes, that needs to be off. That needs to be off. Everything basically needs to be off. That's good. Everything's good. Okay, save that, and we should be able to get it cracking with the drilling of... Which crop did we decide? Did we decide one? I don't think we did. Well, that field there must have been something like canola, I assume. Barley. Okay, so yeah, if we stuck with barley for that one, we also did barley in 24, so we don't want to do too much more. I would say probably a good crop of oilseed rape here. Or we could do wheat and then have the bales from here as well. But there is going to be more opportunities to do wheat. Although, thinking about it, sorry to mess you around here, but yeah, as this field here is much closer to the yard, we don't have to cart the bales so far. So these two fields here could actually be the oilseed rape fields. So yes, we'll choose wheat. Okay. Sorry, yeah, I do like to spend a bit of time thinking about stuff, because usually you get criticised for not thinking about stuff, so it's probably better that I do. Right, that's perfect. So that's all going well. It technically shouldn't catch up with the plough, because although the plough is not very wide, it's got a large way across the field so far. So yeah, we'll leave them to it. Hopefully they don't have any problems. Hopefully they don't start a fight or anything. They just keep going, keep ploughing and keep drilling. So now we're going to go back over to the farm and start to do a bit of fertilizer spreading in small fields at 24. Now I can't see. Which one was it? 93, yeah. It was never going to be the third number I said. It never is. I wonder if it would be worth getting a big bag mod. Almost said big bad. Yeah, the basically the big seed bags to refill the drills and the fertilizer spreaders in a much more realistic way for the size of farm. Because we do have... Is it a silo or is it just a load of pallets? It might be a load of pallets, so that's not actually too bad. But I do like to actually load up the spreader physically with a tractor. Yeah, we've got a silo, I think, for the fertilizer, and a silo for the seed. So we'll park in here. We'll use the bigger fertilizer spreader later. To be fair, it shouldn't be too long because it's over halfway. Now the 240 is parked over here with the skid steer loader. So if we go and pick it up, not literally, but yeah, if we go and jump into it, then we can begin. Oh, look at that fine beauty. It is a very nice tractor. No back window. I wonder if they're supposed to. To be fair, I've never actually looked at one in real life, so I'd have to look at photos to actually know if this is correct for the back of it. But it's certainly very well modelled, so I would guess that that's how they are in real life. So if we go down here, we can go a slightly quicker way to the spreader. Might put the front loader up quite a bit. There we go. Gives us a better visibility from inside the cab. That was probably more of a long cut than it was a shortcut, but oh well. We're here. Oh look, I'm assuming the drawbar is going to be taken out of there, so it can actually fit on. It does. Brilliant. PTO. Mustn't forget the PTO. So that's now filling up. You can see the gauge on the back of the spreader, so you can see how full it is. And we're going to go over to, yeah, the field 93, which I think is still a fairly big field. And we have no GPS or anything, so it's going to be all done visually. No help from any computerized system. We're just going to have to try my best here and see how well I can do. Field 93 is quite a long way up here, but there's no rush. We keep going on the same roads, mostly, turning right out of here. I can't say I've ever turned left actually. It does go to a lot of fields, but as we don't own any fields down there, there's never been a need to do it. It's kind of an incentive to actually buy some fields down there. We can afford some more fields, so it might actually be worth doing that. I think it would certainly diversify the Let's Play a bit. Okay, so it's somewhere here on the left hand side. I think it's that small field there. So how do you get into it? There must be a gate down here, I assume. I would have thought so. Failing that, it might be through a different yard, because this is the pig farm just here, so we might have to go... Yeah, in fact it could even be the pig's field, but as we're not actually going to have any pigs, we can use it for other purposes. So yeah, if we just pull off the road here. Try and get off the road as much as I can do. There we go. Open up the gate. Perfect. And let's try and make our way into the field. Yep, this seems to be the way to go. As we're not using the farm for pigs, we could just use it for storage. Oh, is it already fertilised? It kind of looks like it is. Oh no, it isn't. Just a dark texture anyway. Nice. Right, headlands first. It's just the way I've always found it easier. And yep, it really shouldn't take too long. In fact, it's flying at 12 miles per hour. Try and get to the edges though. Want to do a fairly thorough job here. After all, it is worth a lot to us, all the grass. We need to have a lot of grass for silage and for hay, and for grass actually, just simply for the grass feed for the sheep. We can give the sheep the grass in the springtime and the summertime, and sometimes the autumn as well. But really, this isn't going to take us too long. Looks like we might be able to do field 26 as well, because that one isn't too big. Phew, that was fast paced. Anyway, what we're going to do is go back over to the forest and we're going to see exactly how they're getting on. I don't think I saw one saying, oh wow, actually yeah, I must have done. I must have missed the notification saying the plough had finished, because the drill is actually almost caught up with the plough and the plough has finished anyway, so yeah, it's almost all done. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. Obviously so preoccupied with concentrating on the fertilizer spreading. So it's actually starting to go a bit dark as well. It's dusk at the moment, so I should think it won't be too long until we actually finish for the day. Better put some lights on too. So we have actually crammed a lot into day 2 of early spring, or of spring. It's going to be mid-spring very soon. We've got one more day actually of early spring, and then day 4 will be mid-spring, which will be when all the leaves come on the trees and we'll be able to start actually cutting grass if we would like to. We don't have to. If we leave the fields, then obviously the grass will grow longer and potentially we'll get more off it. But yeah, we're going to have to do something. We are going to have to do some kind of mowing because we do need to get some grass for the sheep and also start producing silage as well. So if we turn right just up here, then we can retrieve some machinery. They'll follow us back, obviously, through the dark forest, and then hopefully we'll appear in a very nicely done field. Looking good. In fact, we're going to have to go and move that tractor straight away, because it looks like it's only going to go back up there once, maybe, and it's going to be completely in the way. Oh no, a few times. But no, that's not bad. That is not a bad day's work. You see, it's slow. It is slow to do stuff properly, but there is much more of a sense of achievement than just doing everything on a really massive scale and not doing stuff properly. I know that direct drilling is definitely a known method in real life on many farms. For example, oilseed rape. In the UK, that is usually direct drilled. But yeah, I mean, when you do actually work the land for crops such as wheat or barley, it feels good to know that you've put a lot of effort in. And to be fair, we do get paid back for this anyway. This field is going to be 100% productive for the extra 10 because of the extra 10% for ploughing it. So yeah, we get 10% more for putting the effort in, which is fantastic news in my opinion. So yes, in the next episode, we need to plant field number 2 and number 6, which should be a fairly quick process. 54, 53, 24 and 25 are done. 93 and 26 are fertilised for the time being. 62 is done, and 91 and 92 need to be fertilised. So actually there's only 4 fields to work in, only 2 of those need to be drilled, 2 of them need to be fertilised. So actually we are getting close to the end of land work at this stage. And then yeah, I haven't actually managed to get onto the cows today, but we're going to be able to do that in the next episode. Luckily they are okay for the time being. So we'll just take everything back and park it all up nice and neatly, and that'll be it for today. Could this be the final piece? I think it could be. Yep, pretty sure it is. Yeah, perfect. That couldn't have been better. So I am very impressed by the working width of this. Obviously it's not a massive looking machine width-wise, but it's plenty big enough for this map. It's possibly even too big for some fields. For example, the field over there. It did it in absolutely no time at all. I think it's only about 4 meters or 3 meters or something, but it's perfect. It's so good. It looks big due to the hopper being on the front, and obviously it's made bigger with the power harrow. But truth is, it's not that wide. But it couldn't be better. Off we go. £322 wage payment. Oh well, they did a good job. Money well spent. We're first back. The Unimog is much faster than either of those 2 tractors, so we'll just park this in one of the most suitable places, which is probably going to be just over here. I like to keep the implements together, so if we can put the implements in the other yard, well the courtyard area, then that'll make life very easy. Oh, almost got run over. Yes, the other tractors should follow us around here, no problem at all. Is that plough actually in transport mode? It might not be. Anyway, yeah, we can put it over here. So it's a shame we didn't get to use the fertilizer spreader today, but there will always be another opportunity. In fact, the next episode is definitely going to be used. Did I stop that worker? No. There we go. So we'll put that there. That's another one done. And the biggest setup of all, just here. The biggest being not that big, as I mentioned, width-wise. Very long. It is a very long setup. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. And until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.